Undoubtedly one of the most popular ways to play Midair Community Edition is via a pickup game, or PUG for short. While some people prefer playing casual, play how you feel public games, which of course is great, pickup games are more organised, with designated captains picking teams and assigning roles. Playing your assigned role is vital to ensure your team can count on you being in the right position when needed. Think of it like a basketball game. If you're not defending your assigned player or position, it leaves wide open holes in your defense and allows the opposing team to score easy points. To join a pickup game, you first need to be in the correct Discord channel. This video was created during closed beta, where most regular PUGs are run out of the PUGs channel, and newer player PUGs are organised through the New Bloods channel. This may change as things move forward. First thing you need to do is join the correct region. If you have the New Blood role, you're automatically eligible to join New Blood PUGs. To join any other region, you must manually type !join group, all one word, followed by the region code you wish to join. NA for North America, EU for Europe, or AU for the Oceanic PUG queue. If your local region is not supported at this time, this does not mean you cannot PUG. Plenty of players join PUG for regions they do not reside in. Your killing power will be slightly reduced, but as long as your ping to that region server isn't going above about 250, you should be able to contribute, even more so if you're able to first practice some cap routes. You can also join multiple regions, or all of them if you're happy to play anywhere. Once you've set your regions, you can add to any specific PUG queue by typing !add, followed by the number of the queue you wish to join. 1 for NA, 2 for EU, or 3 for AU. Typing !add on its own will add you to every queue you've joined the region for. To join New Blood PUGs, go to the New Bloods channel and type !add. You will now be added to the queue and be informed as to how many players are currently in the queue. Once the queue hits 10 players, then it will automatically launch, or POPs as it's colloquially called. Be aware that it is considered bad form to add to a queue and then after it pops change your mind and back out. Make sure to remove yourself from the queue if you are no longer available. To do this, type !del. If for whatever reason the PUG does start and you're no longer able to play, let it be known publicly so a replacement can be found. The PUG system works slightly differently in New Blood PUGs than regular PUGs. In New Blood PUGs, the bot automatically assigns you to a team and picks the maps. This is great to get you into the action quicker. In the regional PUG queues, once the PUG is popped, 2 captains will be automatically assigned. If you are not assigned to be captain, then you will need to wait a few minutes while the teams are picked. If you have been chosen as a captain, then you will receive a private message from BullyBot in Discord with instructions to face off against the other captain in a game of rock, paper, scissors. The winner of this game gets to decide who picks players first. Once the picking begins, all players will be listed over 2 pages. The bot will order the players based on their average pick in previous games. This is helpful if you're unfamiliar with the players or not sure who to pick. The best choice is likely whoever is at number 1. The order of picking players can differ depending on your region. After all players have been picked, each captain picks a map to complete this step. After the team selection has completed, all players will be notified and 2 new voice channels will be created, named after the team's captains. Each player should now join the voice channel of their assigned team and join a PUG server agreed to by the captains. The PUG server passwords can be found by typing !PW in the PUGs channel, or you can ask your team. The passwords aren't secret, they're just there to prevent people accidentally joining a PUG in progress. During the pre-game warm-up, your captain will assign you a role to play, or if you are the captain, you will be assigning the players' positions. Players with high ping should generally be assigned to offensive positions, or the captain could ask which position people prefer to play. The general position assigned can be flag cappers, disruptors, chasers, and home defense, generally referred to as home or home D. Ideally, you want to balance your team with 3 offensive players and 2 defensive. The offensive players generally all play as flag cappers, who find the optimal paths and bowls in the terrain which will allow them to approach the enemy's flag at high speed with the intention of grabbing it and returning back to their team's flag. If the flag capper's team's flag is not secured at their flag stand, they will need to find a defensive position alongside the player assigned as home defense to stand against the enemies attempting to return it. Learning to pass between each other when low on health and respawning at the right times are vital to keeping control of the flag. And always remember, if you bring the enemy's flag home, you need to stay to support the home defense. Don't leave them alone to try to return your flag. That job falls to the remaining 2 offensive players and your chaser. If one of your offensive players do not know any decent flag cap routes for the map, or you're going against particularly tough defense, you may want to designate someone as a disruptor. A disruptor tries to arrive at the enemy flag stand about 5 seconds before their cappers in order to either kill, distract, or get the enemy defense out of position. If you can identify who the opposition's chaser is, taking off as much health as possible from them will significantly diminish their capability to chase your cappers, as they may no longer have the health required to boost themselves with the Tempest. By default, if you're running 3 flag cappers and you're the first one in, and you know the defense has seen you, you should change to a disruption role to give your other cappers a better chance at a clean grab. If you try and grab the flag solo against good opposition, you're more likely to die and have the flag dropped in a much more easily defensible position, which will be detrimental to your team. Defensive roles include chasers and home defense. Chasers defend your flag when it's home and relentlessly hunt it down when it's not. Sounds simple enough, but the nature of this role generally requires a player who is able to move across the map quickly and win the majority of their duels. Home defense attempts to keep your flag home as much as possible, but when it's not, they don't stray far from their flag stand in order to both support returning friendly flag carriers and to ensure the enemy offense don't get free flag grabs from an undefended flag stand. Learning what to say and when is a vital part to being a helpful team member. Defensive players need to be informed of the direction of incoming cappers so they know where to focus their attention. If you're on offense and see flag cappers leaving in a certain direction, make sure you let your defense know whether to expect someone from the left or the right, and ideally how far away they are. For example, 2 flag cappers are leaving on the right, or a left incoming now. Likewise, defensive players need to let the offense know of key things that are happening. If enemy flag cappers get out with a flag, if they're likely to make it home, and also how soon. This helps the offense know if they need to push harder to get the enemy flag off the stand before the other team can capture it, also known as an E-grab. Sometimes just grabbing the enemy flag and throwing it away can buy your team the time it needs to kill the enemy flag carrier and return your flag. During a flag standoff where both teams have the opposing team's flag, the 2 players trying to pass the flag between them to keep it from being returned require regular communication to ensure they know where each other are and when they're going to pass. If you respawn at any point in this situation, you should always let the other player know where you've respawned relative to the location of the flag stand or where to throw it to. Respawning is often referred to as K-ing out, as the default key to respawn is K. It can be very helpful to watch different Pug streamers to hear the kinds of things people say and how they communicate. If there's any terminology you're not familiar with, ask and people will be sure to explain. It can be very daunting for someone watching a sport they've never played to be expected to understand everything the commentators say without some guidance. Check the video description for a more extensive list of these terms. Occasionally people ask if a microphone is required to play Pugs. The answer is no. You won't be prevented from playing in Pugs without a microphone, but it is highly recommended. Not having a microphone limits your ability to communicate significantly, but Midair CE does have a keyboard shortcut system which allows you to broadcast specific messages to your team, and if you're not able to play with a microphone, becoming fluent in this shortcut system is very beneficial. It also comes in very handy for pub servers, when you're often not in voice channels with other players on your team and want to communicate commands or warnings. A few keyboard shortcuts to remember are:
Give me the flag. Take the flag from me. Cover me. Incoming left. Incoming front. Incoming right. Incoming back. I have the flag.
For tournament play, microphones are absolutely required. Unless you're a godly player, people will be unlikely to want to pick you if you're not able to communicate fully. Capture the flag maps have both a time limit and a flag capture limit. If the flag capture limit is reached, the game is over. If the time limit is reached, the game can be forced into overtime if the scores are level, or the team that is losing is only down by 1 and the winning team's flag is not secured. In this overtime scenario, if the winning team secure their flag, the game automatically ends. If the losing team manages to capture the flag, the game continues until another team claims victory by capturing a flag. Pickup games are an exciting and addictive way to play Midair CE, and a great way to make connections within the community. While this is a fairly simple explanation of each of the roles found in a Capture the Flag pug, we will be releasing some more detailed guides focusing on each position in the near future to help you learn what you should be doing and when. Thanks for watching, and feel free to ask any questions about Pugs or Midair CE on our Discord channel or in the comments below.